this gentleman right here was on a show called The Hills for MTV. I worked on the series finale of The Hills. We shot it at the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood, and the girls were quote unquote annoyed with him and he's creepy, but he basically, and he'll say it in hindsight, where he turned everything up to 10 because that's what they told him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically was given instructions, dialed it up to 10, and it was really annoying in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're like, is Spencer really like that, like outside the show? And there's so many people that are like, no, he's not. He's like, because he was really freaking annoying in the show.
Well, but they should. He's acting.
He's probably annoying, but it's like, you turn that up to 10, especially in reality television, because that's what they want you to do.
Oh, okay.
Because the networks are always like, we need drama, we need people yelling at each other. Why do you think that the hip hop wives of Atlanta do so well? Because you have nothing but a bunch of black people yelling and screeching at each other, because that's what the network wants.
Yeah,
the network wants drama.
They could just film the Popeyes down the street from my apartment. It'd be cheaper.
Is there fights there?
It's a joke. There's no Popeyes near me.
So anyway, okay, so do you remember a few years ago, 2 years ago, when the huge fires burned down hundreds of houses in California?
Mm-hmm.
And he is from the Pacific Palisades and has a house there that burnt to the ground. They were at the house watching the flames start, like, slowly but surely heading to their house until they had to evacuate.
Mm-hmm.
So they took video of it, and then they had to evacuate, and their house got burnt to the ground.
Jesus.
So I don't know if they had money to be able to, or they got insurance money. I'm not sure. So he started making daily videos, basically attacking LA City Council, the mayor, the governor, everybody. Because it's like, you guys let my house burn to the ground, and then you expect me to shut my mouth?
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
Good.
So
Good
now he came out, I want to say 3 months ago, and said, okay, I'm going to run for office. So he's running for office, and he's actually getting people to back him.
Oh, good.
He was on Joe Rogan the other day, and Joe Rogan endorsed him. So I've got 2 videos about him, and I wanted to bring him up before, but a lot of times it's just him talking about Pacific Palisades, and people are just like, I don't know where that is, and I don't know. But all of a sudden, he put his name in politics, where it's like, okay, you guys are going to screw me, I'm going to screw you back. So this is what these stories are about.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Fox Local Stream. I'm Marla Tejas. That right there, you know his face, you know his name. His name is Spencer Pratt, just in case you've been living under a rock in the last, decade or so. You probably know he's a candidate in the race for Los Angeles mayor, and Spencer Pratt is with me in the Fox 11 studios here in West Los Angeles. It's good to have you. We've been connecting on socials for some time, so it's nice to see you face to face.
I thought you were going to say, or living in one of Karen Bass's sewers.
The thought crossed my mind. I figured I'd leave that to you.
Yes. I just want to thank you so much for being one of the voices that helped expose the fire aid fraud and continuing that story. And that was a big piece of getting me on my journey now, just seeing the level of corruption at all layers. And that piece, the NGO, connects to the homeless industrial complex, and it's all the same spider web. So thank you for doing your incredible reporting on that.
Just, just doing my job.
No,
but I appreciate
not everybody does their jobs.
Okay, well,
he's got a point there.
You've got a point.
Let's just start there. You've had quite the career. You don't have to do this, right? You don't have to run for Los Angeles mayor. What really is the impetus for it beyond the Palisades fire? Is there something else?
Yeah, I want my children to be able to grow up in Los Angeles, just like I got to grow up here and have that same amazing life in this incredible city. And I didn't want to run for mayor, and nobody stepped up and was saying anything that I needed to hear. Nobody was saying, I'm going to be a mandate for change. I am going to stop what is happening to the city. So I had no choice.
Name recognition plays
Good
a
luck with that.
huge part in this, and
I mean, we talk about on our little part of the interwebs, and we talk about a calling. Maybe this is his calling. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Oh no, I don't blame. I'm not ragging him for doing it. I'm just saying a Republican mayor of Los Angeles that would be something.
So I don't know if he's. I mean, the way he speaks, it sounds like he's Republican. But I don't know. He's not a whack job. I know that.
Yeah.
He could be moderate Democrat. I don't know.
No, their current mayor is a whack job. Anybody who's better than her.
Oh, yeah, Karen Bass.
She's an idiot. Yeah.
He's a complete moron.
You have significant name recognition out there. Yet, with that said, there has not been an incumbent who has lost re-election in the city of Los Angeles since James Hahn in 2005. So it's been more than 20 years. How do you overcome that hill?
I would say it's probably over 50 years that an incumbent.
He has to overclimb the corruption. You can't sit there, and I don't live in LA anymore. You live in outside of DC.
Correct.
You can't tell me that you haven't seen the downfall of California and then be like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Oh, it's amazing. It's like you have to be a complete idiot to not see it.
Yep.
And regardless if you're a Democrat or Republican, why would people vote for the bullshit? I don't understand. I
get it if you don't work and you get free money from the Democrats, then I get why you would vote for the Democrats. But if you're actually a 9-to-5er, I don't know, if you generate money and pay taxes, I have no clue why you'd vote for Democrats in LA.
Yeah, I don't get it, because I want to keep more money in my pocket. That's my concern, is to put money in my pocket, make sure I pay my rent, make sure I pay my bills, put some food in my belly. Like, those are like, be safe. Like, those are everybody's way. They want to be safe and have a house to live in and all kinds of other stuff. I don't understand why it's like, you know what, I'm going to go completely on the opposite side of things and just vote for some bullshit. I
blame white women, as always.
Oh yeah, I mean,
also he is a Republican.
Oh, is he running as a Republican? Okay.
Has had as low as approval rating as Mayor Karen Bass. So I think the hill doesn't exist, actually, because if you look at the polls, obviously polls are,
right,
in my opinion, all made up. But even the
made
up ones show 50%.
It's making
undecided.
sense.
To me, that's.
But you can go to a mall, or what used to be a mall, go to 50 people and be like, oh, they said they were Democrat, or they said they were Republican. It's like, polls are worthless. Because it's like, no matter where you go, there's going to be some sort of bias. It's like going to a college campus, taking a poll, and being like, well, I'm surprised that they're Democrats. It's like, you kidding me?
Not undecided. They know they don't want Karen Bass. They're just waiting to hear the message that I'm going to be sharing with them, the common sense change to Los Angeles, that's what those undecided people are waiting. So I have many weeks to get to those people, tell them we're done with this way of LA. I'm stopping this.
So one of the polls here, the most recent one, Berkeley Institute of Governmental Studies, Los Angeles Times poll, Bass is in the lead with 25%.
Progressive bullshit
at 17%, and then you're third there with 14%. This one says roughly 25% of voters are undecided. So in that 25% is who you're really going to go after. You have not been quiet about the fact that the council itself, there's no one that you find satisfactory. Is that a good strategy to go into this? Because you're going to need the support of the council once you become, if in fact you are elected mayor.
Absolutely not. In my opinion, what I need is accountability. And that's what the constituents want from all the city council. They need a mayor that calls out the entire city council for what they are failing at, and they're failing across the board. So no more business as usual.
And that's the same council that just created the Stop Nick Shirley Act. It's the same one.
Yeah,
a bunch of corrupt women. The entire thing.
I appreciate that this guy's trying to do what he thinks is right and what I think Los Angeles needs, but there's, to me, like a 1% chance he has any success.
An uphill battle. But here's the thing: is they have it where they've manipulated the they manipulated the process of electing their officials
Mhm.
always to sway one way.
Mhm.
But what happened is the top candidates for the Democrats actually bowed out of the race. So there's actually 2 Republicans that are at the top of the list, and they
Oh,
can't do anything about it. So they might have a Republican mayor for the first time in like 25 years or 30 years or whatever the shit it was.
that would be insane. A
Yeah,
Republican mayor
they,
of
they tried to stack the deck, and then a couple of them had to drop out. For one guy had sex allegations, another person did something else. So yeah, it's crazy. Like they tried to stack the deck, and now they have 2 Republicans that may become mayor.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy
We'll
in
see.
the streets.
Just can accept all these failures. We need a mayor that isn't just, oh,
I'll be
you
back
can
in
have your
30
district,
seconds.
you can
I'm
have your
listening.
district, and we can do photo ops, once a month at a park or whatever. No. Again, I'll work with all these city council members to make sure they're doing their job for Angelenos. And I hope we can get some progress.
You've also talked about having common sense outsiders as part of your administration. Are there any names that you would want to throw out there? Maybe 3 names that you could publicly cite that you would want on your administration?
One thing we've learned about Karen Bass, what she did with the fire chief, Chief Crowley, firing her in retaliation for telling the truth. There's a lot of people that are involved that have connections to the city in some way or family, and they're all in fear of retaliation from Karen Bass. So they've asked me to just hold off until later in the journey to come forward with who these players are in this game. But I have some solid teammates with lots of years of experience in Los Angeles pre-Mayor Karen Bass.
Okay, so when the cameras are off and you're consulting with your team, who's the smartest room that Spencer Pratt turns to? You're not ready to name any of those names just yet.
They've asked me not to.
Okay. Okay.
It's fear of retaliation is very real, to the point where all the firefighters that came to me as whistleblowers were concerned about telling the truth from the negligence that they would be fired. So it's not a made up, it's not a conspiracy. We watched it happen with Chief Crowley. It's in her lawsuit against Mayor Karen Bass that she says she was fired for telling the truth. So, I understand why people are nervous, but a public figure that people love to talk about, of course, I would bring Rick Caruso in to help with building and permits and his expertise. There's plenty of people like that are all over the city that are ready to get LA to look it's supposed to look like. So that's an easy list to put together.
You've also gone on the record, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you would want to essentially get rid of the police commission and the fire commission.
No, I would put in,
commissioners.
correct. I would remove the puppeteer random people that have political-ish roles. I would put my own experts in the field. And not only that, I've talked to some very, let's say, famous former chiefs in police and fire department who would be willing to join these commissions. We need experts on these commissions, not political figure, relationship, favor type people.
And I believe, looking at the city charter, that the council could in fact veto that.
The council is not going to veto top people. And if they do, then we'll go to the public and we'll make clear to the voters for their future elections that this candidate to be on the police commission or the fire commission and this expertise, so-and-so at the city council doesn't want them. You should know that. But
so I've got one more video we're going to watch about it.
Another candidate who has officially entered the race for mayor of Los Angeles. New at 5, Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda explains this candidate's background is not politics, but television.
Candidates are filing to run for office, and today TV personality Spencer Pratt came to the city clerk's office and filed to run for mayor of Los Angeles.
we have no other choice. So it's pretty simple. We can't do 4 more years of Karen Bass.
Pratt announced his candidacy on the anniversary of the Palisades fire. Best known for the Hills, he is challenging incumbent Karen Bass and running on a platform focused on criticizing the government response to the destroyed his home.
Look at that.
What everybody wants. Quality of life, affordability.
Could you imagine that would fire up anybody, right? If there was something that was heading towards your house that you can't stop.
Yeah.
Except for when they had to evacuate and then watch your house literally burn to the ground.
Couldn't imagine.
That would put a fire pun intended, up anybody's ass. I would think.
I agree.
On everything that the mayor has said she wants to do. She's had 4 years to do it, and everything is worse.